Hello and welcome back to this Let's Play of Planescape Torment with myself, Waze, and the Nameless One, Mort, Dak'kon, the Fragile, and Anna. We're here in the art gallery. What's the proper name of it? Call it the art store. It's the Galleria or the something like that. Anyway, we're gonna have a look at these things again, just in case there's anything else that we've missed. Let's talk to Ivana again. We'll have a look around first, just in case we have any questions for her. So let's go clockwise and see what we can look at. Let's look at this thing first, then. Okay, several dark birds of Ocanthus, several shards of black crystal or ice swirl within the freezing wind that this ornate pedestal gives forth. Each shard looks like razor sharp. Touching or grabbing one could be perilous. A placard on the pedestal reads, "Dark birds of Ocanthus. Leave them be, touch one and go down." Oh, catch one in your Frostdale mug. Well, that's new, because I don't think we had our Frostdale mug last time, so let's do that. Okay, you dip the mug into the icy wind rising from the pedestal, catching a small shard with a slight clang. Peering into the mug, you can see that the dark bird is a razor-sharp sliver of black ice. Only the mug's magical properties prevent the shard from melting away to nothing. Okay, interesting. I don't know what that means or what it will do. Does it say anything different in the inventory? Frostdale mug with dark bird. Currently it's holding a dark bird of Ocanthus, a shard of black ice from an exhibit in Ivana's Galleria in the Clark's Ward. Okay. Might come in useful at some point, maybe. Let's see what else we've got to look again. We'll just look at everything again, because I feel we've missed something, or something may have changed because of other things that have happened, like that, for example. Having the frost mug change something. So this painting depicts a shore scene with a wide reddish orange sun setting behind a peninsula or large jetty. The scene, though unoriginal, is breathtaking. The play of the fading daylight across the water is captured perfectly, but staring at the painted sun for any length of time makes your eyes ache. A placard reads, "Surface of Thalasia." Let's touch the painting. Oddly enough, there's nothing unusual about the surface of the painting. Okay, fair enough. Another one here. This painting shows an enormous granite keep, a hideous thing, long and low, covered in leering gargoyles, suspended in what looks to be the night sky. A cloud of crimson and violet vapor whirls in the background along the right side of the painting. A placard reads simply, "The Library." Okay. Nothing there. I think the thing about Ravel Puzzle Well, I want to look at that again, just in case there's something we need to do. Okay, this painting is a dark cityscape, a faraway view of some giant center of civilization being burned to the ground. The streets of the place are empty, however absent of soldiers, refugees, and even corpses. A placard reads, "The Folly of Udo." Okay, doesn't mean much. This looks to be a subterranean landscape, a massive cavern interior filled with colorful, faintly luminescent, gigantic fungi. A placard reads, "Veil beneath Clangedin." Okay, so not a lot here. Okay, will this tell us anything? This is a portrait of a grotesque hook-nosed old crone. The hag's flesh is a sickly blue-grey color. Her eyes glow red like the embers of a dying fire. Her chin, long and sharp, juts forward in an extreme underbite. Two yellowed canines protrude upwards from her lower jaw like small tusks. The smile upon her withered purplish lips speaks of a horrible secret. A placard reads, "Grey Hag of Oinos." Okay. What else do we have? Statue. This statue looks like it is about to make some angry proclamation. The sculptor has captured the essence of fury magnificently. The chiseled tension lines around the neck and forehead alone must have taken many long months to get correct. Fine cracks run over the entire statue, and there is a plaque attached to its base. Okay, let's read the plaque. The plaque reads, "This statue is believed to be the final fate of Etherian sorcerer Gangroid Haydn. Attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness, he was imprisoned with a spell that turned his flesh into stone. Okay, Gangroig Haydn is said to have been frozen with a final awful curse still upon his lips. A curse so terrible that it was never meant to be spoken by the lips of a living man. I wonder, wasn't there something in the shop that we went to about turning stone to flesh? I wonder if that would work on this. Whether it's a good idea or not, well, that's another question, but I am curious. Examine the statue. This statue looks like it is about to make some angry proclamation. Oh, hang on, I've done that. Examine the cracks. You carefully examine the cracks that run like a network of fine black veins along the statue's surface. At one point, near its inner arm, is a section where an entire splinter of stone looks ready to come off. Let's go for it. Let's break a piece off. It looks like it's ready to come off anyway. You reach for the section of the forearm where the cracks have formed, grip it firmly and yank, to no avail. You'll need a hammer to break the stone, and a small one. The limited space between the statue's arm and body means a large one suitable for combat, for instance, won't work. Okay. A few more things to see. Surface of this painting, a wild collage of vivid colours, ripples constantly as if it were the surface of a pond during a light rain. A placard reads, Wave Motion Study 7. We'll touch it. You place your palm against the canvas. You cannot feel the ripples themselves, though a cool tingling sensation passes through your hand at first contact. And in here, a brilliant ruby statuette stands on this pedestal carved into the image of a winged humanoid. The figure is either demonic or angelic in nature, but it is difficult to tell which because it refracts the light in the Galleria strangely. There's no placard indicating what exactly the statuette is. Alright, we've done nearly everything. This horn, I remember this, and we try to blow it and it doesn't work. We'll try again. Yeah. Your lips come away from the mouthpiece tasting of blood, smoke, and metal. I don't know why. The others... I remember the horn for some reason. A painting of tall black cliffs against a blood-red sky. There look to be figures hiding amongst the crags of the cliffs, but whenever you squint at the painting to try and make them out, the images fade into nothing. A placard reads Outland Raiders. Sounds like a rather cool painting. And this here. An animated bloody iron chain coiling and uncoiling upon itself. The chain itself seems to bend and weave like the spine of a snake. A small placard reads, A chitin's animate chain from Jangling Hyta. Oh, let's touch it. We might as well. We've touched everything else. The chain is slightly warm to the touch, as if it were alive. You notice that the various barbs, tiny hooks, needles, and other small sharp bits are welded along the chain's length. Right. One last thing before we talk to Ivana. This painting shows what looks to be an infinitely long stream of bilious green gas stretching off into darkness. The horizon of a blasted rocky plain can be seen in the lower right-hand corner of the painting. One is given the impression that the head of the green cloud is rearing to strike down upon it. A placard reads, Hazazoth at the consumption of Ngar. Right. Let's talk to Ivana, see if she can tell us anything new. Ivana smiles and motions you toward her. Greetings again. Do you have questions regarding one of the pieces? Yes, I do. Tell me about the dark birds of Ocanthus.
Updated my journal.
Oh, something's happened. All of them are chipped from the great magical sheet of black infinite ice that rests in the black belly of the plain of Ocanthus. Ivana pauses, tapping her chin. It is said that this sheet of ice is the final destination of the river Styx. Aha! And that the recollections of all that have plunged into the Styx's memory-destroying waters still lie frozen within the ice. Ha ha ha. Okay, if the waters of the Styx destroy one's memories, would this ice from Ocanthus do the same? I could only assume so, yes. Perfect. We can go back to the guy in the Galleria to get him to... I can't even remember the story now. To release the woman from the... I was about to say the House of Earthly Delights, but that's Morrowind. From the sensation place. The sensation brothel place. Okay, progress. I had another question. Oh, hello. Okay, you look familiar to me. Do you know someone named Eves? Well, I'm aware of this because it was told to me in the comments. So let's ask that. That is my daughter. For a moment, there is a hint of sadness in the milky whiteness of her eyes. We no longer speak to one another. Okay, why is that? There's nothing to be said between us. She has gone off in pursuit of stories, all for reasons I am unaware of. Yeah, she told me a tale about that might answer that question. She told me lots of tales. I can't remember which one it is, but the nameless one remembers. Ivana raises her eyebrows. Oh? Tell me, would you, please? I'd most appreciate it, sir. So I'll tell her the Tail Chaser's story and of her endless quest for the tale that holds the truth she seeks. Ivana nods slowly. I had no idea. I will see her now. I thank you, good sir, for bringing me this news of my only daughter. As she speaks, colour slowly bleeds into her pale irises until her eyes are a brilliant shade of green. Your eyes. Can you see now, Ivana? She nods, smiling. Okay. Strange indeed. There must have been some power in that tale that has gone right over my head. That's all I'll say. Let's ask her about Ravel Puzzlewell again. She's a night hag, one of the eldest grey sisters of the Wastes, who came to Sigil many centuries ago to pursue arcane experiments. It is believed that these experiments were against the lady's will, and that Ravel was thus banished from Sigil, imprisoned within one of the lady's mazes on the ethereal, where her body rests this very day. Okay, go on. Ravel was said to have been a master of riddles and puzzles, but it was believed that one riddle, one question in particular, was said to have plagued the ancient night hag. What can change the nature of a man? Yes, okay, I'm aware of this, but go on, just in case anything we've missed. She issued a challenge to any who were interested. She promised to instruct any who came to her in her craft, if they could only answer the question to her satisfaction. If they could not, they consented to be her next meal. Many died coveting Ravel's teachings, and it is believed that, until her final hours in Sigil, Ravel never discovered the answer to her question. No, but she was well fed, by the sounds of it. Carry on. Ravel's crime was believed to be some means of trying to shatter the cage, trying to crack open Sigil itself for some unknown reason. Ivana sighs. This is all I know of her. Okay, is there anything else I want to ask? No, I think that's it. Okay, we have two things. I think we should go back and speak to Eves, and we should also go and see this guy in where? In where? In the Civic Festival. Ah, I remembered it before I looked. Quite impressed with myself there. Let's do that. Let's go there first. See if we can get this guy to forget everything. Now, let's have a quick look at the journal, see what updated. Ivana, the curator of the Art Galleria in the Clark's Ward, told me that the dark birds of Ocanthus she has on display are actually frozen shards of Styx ice. Anyone mad enough to eat one would likely be affected as if they had drunk of the Styx. They would lose their every memory. Definitely a step backward for myself, though the idea might be appealing to some. Okay. I love this game. Right, who was it? That's what I wanted to go in the journal for. Quests. Who is it? Find a way to erase Merriman's memory. That's a mouthful. So where is our Merriman? I think he was he down this way? Oh, that's cute. Was he out in the hall here, wasn't he, I think, when we saw him? Come on, Merriman. We are not talking to Jumble Murder Sense. Not right now, anyway. There's Merriman. Go get him. Merriman squints up at you. Well, have you something that will wipe my mind of these accursed memories? I certainly hope you haven't returned without. You'll never get the keys to Dolora's heart that way. Dolora, that's it. Okay, here, take this mug. It holds the dark bird of Ocanthus, a sliver of ice from the river Styx. This should wipe your memories clean. Merriman takes the mug and removes a piece of paper from his pocket. Hey, don't swallow this until you give me the key, because you'll have forgotten you promised it to me. He tilts the mug back and takes the ice into his mouth. It melts instantly, leaving him with a somewhat startled expression. Merriman?
Updated my journal.
Oh, 12,000 experience. Merriman looks at you confused, then at the paper in his hand. He reads aloud, "Congratulations, Merriman. You've begun again. Thank the man in front of you and give him the key in your pocket." Oh, thank the Lord. "Speak to Splinter, the man at the door to this building, for more information." He looks to you again. "Well, it would seem I owe you thanks, good sir. Here, take this key. I'd best find this Splinter fellow and find out what's going on." Okay. Thanks, Merriman. Good luck. Right. 2 reasons to go to the Sensorium. Or the other Sensorium. For the life of me, I cannot remember the name of it. Let's see if the map will help me. The Brothel of Slating Intellectual Lusts. Yes, that's what I couldn't remember. Let's head there. And see where it takes us.
I'm gone.
Okay, Fall from Grace. Let's speak to Fall from Grace again.
How may I help you?
Fall from Grace turns as you approach and smiles slightly. "How may I help you?" I had some other questions I wanted to ask you. Yes. Oh, would you like to join me on my travels? Was that there before? I don't know who I'm asking this question to, but I'm asking it aloud anyway. Okay, gonna have to ask that. Would you like to join me on my travels? Anna stiffens, then starts muttering under her breath. "Who's to say she'll be coming with us? We don't even need the likes of her, says we don't." "Well, that fiendling," Maud clicks his teeth together. "I'm all for the succubus coming with us." "The powers know you're about as fun as passing a caltrop through your bowels." "Mort, behave." "You best watch your bone box, Skull, or I'll rattle you so hard they'll be picking your teeth off the spire." Fall from Grace. "Travel with you?" Fall from Grace smiles slightly. She seems to be ignoring your companions. "That's rather forward of you. How am I going to answer this? I mean, you're a sensate. Surely there must be a limit to how much you can learn here. I think you would be surprised. If you want me to accompany you on your travels, I need a far more compelling reason than that." "Okay, well, I'll see if I can find a more compelling reason." "Damn, what kind of compelling reason could there be?"
How may I help you?
Let's talk to us some more. "Would you like to join me on my travels?" Okay. Anna and Mort respond the same way. Okay, that's rather forward of you. That's the way I am. I appreciate your candor. I shall counter with some of my own. Why should I travel with you? Ah, damn. How exciting can this place be? I think you would be surprised. Okay, she wants a far more compelling reason. I need to somehow, somewhere, find a more compelling reason, and we can get Fall from Grace to travel with us. Another companion, that would be good. Okay, well, I'll see if I can find a more compelling reason. Let's talk to some of the other people in here. They might know something. Now, I need to look for Dolores. Was she over here? Somewhere. No, she wasn't. What about over this way? Make a move, people. There she is. Delora. Delora's eyes flash as she sees you. Did you find him? Has he agreed to return the keys to my heart? He has, Delora. I have the keys to your heart right here.
Updated my journal.
30,000 experience. At last. As she takes the keys from your grasp, her hand brushes against yours. Her skin is dry but icy to touch like cold metal. These will be of great use to me. I thank you. Okay. Of course, Delora. I had some questions. Now, I'm sure there was something else I was meant to ask. I had to do this to get Delora to tell me something else, but I can't remember what else she had to tell me. So we might have to go through all of them. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute?
Updated my journal.
Okay. Yes, her name is Echo. Her voice, and in fact her every means of communication, was stolen and destroyed. Echo's words once wooed away the paramour of the godling Paramecia. Paramecia, in a jealous rage, tore away Echo's voice, sealed it within a crystal vial, and hurled it into a Megogalamdraga's maw. Megogalamdraga's maw. Echo's voice is forever lost to her. Only another new voice could return to her the ability to communicate once more. I know this because I spoke to Paramecia's paramour myself once. Okay. A lot of information there. Okay. Sealed within a crystal. Echo's voice forever lost. Only another new voice. So we'd actually have to find a voice for Echo. Somehow. However that may be. Oh, one need to go to the shop as well to try and buy the stone to flesh because I want to go back to the Galleria. Mental note. What else? What can you tell me about Ravel Puzzlewell? Okay. No, she just tells me to speak to Eves. Okay. Was there something else? I was hoping to learn more about your nature. Delora blinks. Merriman never told me much regarding my construction. I know little of the inner workings of my body, much as you likely know little of yours. Outwardly, though, I am a human woman in all respects, save for the texture and temperature of my flesh. Does that satisfy your curiosity? Okay, and what do the keys do exactly? I can only assume that Merriman made the keys so that there would be no risk of me drawing away from him before he had tired of his experiment. Now that they are in my possession, I am free to develop and possess my own emotions. Okay, so how does your mind work? You do have emotions then? Its functions are as much a mystery to me as any humans. When I first came to this place, I did not understand emotions, nor have any of my own. I have feelings now, though I am only beginning to understand them. Okay. I think that might be it here. Okay, never mind. Okay, that's Delora done. Let's go and talk to Eves. Before I do that, let's speak to Dak'kon.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
I need to press...
What is your will?
Okay, Dak'kon turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. His blade mirrors his eyes for a moment as you address him. Then he nods. What is your will? There are things I would know, Dak'kon. I will hear you. Okay. Dak'kon, what is Shrakt law? Dak'kon's forehead creases as if he was struck a blow. It is not my will that we speak of that place. Okay. Go on, Dak'kon. Tell me, what is Shrakt law? Dak'kon is silent for a moment. No, it is the place where I died my first death. Okay. First death, so you come back to life too then. A bit like me. Okay. What is this place? It is one of the great homes of the people. It has suffered many wounds in its life. One of its scars is by my hand. Okay, what do you mean? Upon the rolling plain of limbo, the people shape cities from the chaos within their thoughts. Know that there is no place for a divided mind. Dak'kon raises the blade from his shoulder and holds it before him. As he stares at it, it sharpens until it is almost as thin as a piece of paper. Okay, go on. A divided mind is an unfocused mind. A divided mind fractures walls and weakens stone. As Dak'kon speaks, the edges of the blade corrode slightly, the metal misting and melting along the edges. Many divided minds may destroy a city. Okay, I understand. Go on. Long have I known the words of Zerthimon. Through my voice, many have come to know the words of Zerthimon. The Zerth protect the community from all threats, whether to the body or the mind. They are the guiding stones in the chaos. So it came to pass that I spoke the words of Zerthimon without knowing the words of Zerthimon. It came to pass that I no longer knew myself. Okay, so you doubted the words. No. Dak'kon's voice is edged and his blade sharpens in response. I knew the words. Yet it came into my heart that perhaps others did not know the words as Zerthamon knew them. Okay, there's a lot of knowing and knewing here. And so division formed, as my mind became as two, as my mind became divided. Those that looked to me as a guiding stone became divided. Many scores of Githzerai, many hundreds of scores of Githzerai doubted. Shrakt Lord died that day. Okay, so those that followed you came to doubt the words as well, and that's how the city was weakened. The enemies of Zerthamon came. Know that their hatred of his words and the people lent their blades strength. Know that they sensed the weakened city, and they brought war with them. Many Githzerai drowned in the chaos and beneath the blades of our enemies. Small beads of metal appear on the surface of the blade as if it's blistering. No, this happened long ago. Okay, so what happened to you exactly? As I fell from the walls of Shrakt Lore, know that myself was broken. My blade was missed, my mind divided. I was adrift upon Limbo's seas, and I wished to drown. I died for days, my mind awash in division. Okay, but how did you survive all of that? Sounds quite traumatic.
Updated my journal.
As you speak the words, you feel a strange crawling sensation eat its way through the back of your skull. Ugh. And your vision blurs. You take a deep breath and steady yourself. For some strange reason, you feel nauseous, as if the landscape had just started spinning around you. How did you survive, Dak'kon? I suffered. As I neared death, I came to know myself. I survived. That is all. Okay. Let's speak no more of it then. Let's move on. Right. Journal. When Dak'kon told me of Shrakt Lore, I felt dizzy for a moment. For some reason, I think I know something of that place, but I don't know what. Okay. We shall speak to Dak'kon again. Now, what the hell were we doing? Who are we looking for? Eves. No, not just you, Dak'kon. All of us.
Done.
Let's go and have a look. No, that's Kamaxi. Where is Eves? Is she down here? Oh, it's this room. Eves, the tail chaser. A bit like Mort. Anyway, Eve smiles pleasantly at you. Greetings again. Have you come to trade tales? Yes, I have. Eves nods. I would like that very much, yes? I'm going to tell her the story of Farad. Eves leans forward as you tell the tale of the fall of Farad. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you. Okay, go on. Once came a man who had experienced the most beautiful thing in the multiverse. It was his intention to place the experience within one of the Civic Fest Hall's sensory stones, magical devices which held feelings and memories for an eternity, leaving them for others to partake of. Okay, go on. But he thought about it. Wouldn't its being shared dilute the experience? So he held it to himself, precious thing that it was, and aged with the memory. But as he aged, the memory became tarnished and beaten, and he could no longer recall the glory of the experience. This gets very deep. Okay. So, share before the thing you hold on to starts to decay. Right. Let's share another tale with that. Do I have another one? Let's tell her the story of Ignis. This is the guy in the not the Gathering Dust Bar. The other place, the Smouldering Corpse. Eves leans forward as you tell the tale of Ignis and the art that burned within him. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you. The execution. Okay, go on. We're collecting experience here. Once a murderer roamed Sigil's streets, a black-hearted man by the name of Cossacks. He had been blessed by his abysmal mother so that no one could strike him with an intent to harm, or they themselves would die. He reveled in his blessing, using it to start fights and murder anyone who crossed his path. Okay? During one of his murderous rages, he was captured by the Harmonium with nets and brought before the governors. The trial was short, final, yet Cossacks laughed at the proceedings, knowing that no one among them could harm him without dying horribly. At the final day of his trial, he was proclaimed guilty and sentenced to death. Okay, intrigued to see where this one goes. Cossack's sentence proclaimed by the governor was this: confinement for thrice 30 days, during which time you shall give up your life, be declared dead, and your body removed when all signs of life cease. Cossacks laughed and dared any of them to try and harm him, yet the court was silent. Well, if they leave him to die, then no one is actually harming him. Would that be right? Oh. The Mercy Killers led Cossacks to their prison and locked him in a dark, empty cell. There was no cot, no lights, and the only door was a steel grate in the ceiling. As they lowered him into the cell, the Mercy Killer told him, In the corner of your cell you will find a chalice. It holds poison. Your death will be swift. Aren't you going to execute me? Cossack snarled at the guard. No one in Sigil shall lay a hand on you with intent to harm, came the Mercy Killer's reply. Okay, interesting. Do we tell more tales? Oh, there's more to this one. Then I spit on your cowardice, Cossacks laughed, feeling for the chalice in the darkness, then hurling it at the wall and shattering it. Its poison dripped from the walls and dried until it was no more. Come then, you will have to try and kill me now. But there was no response from the grate in the ceiling. It was then that Cossacks noticed the cell had no cot, no lights, and no food and water. All that remained was the shattered chalice, the poison gone, and for the first time Cossacks knew the icy touch of death's approach. In twice 30 days the grate opened, and Cossack's body, now cold, was taken from the cell. It had given up its life, and the execution had been carried out. Okay, another tale. Let's see if Dak'kon has a story. Eves waits your story impatiently. Okay, we'll do it another time. Right. Interesting stuff. So, it looks like Fall from Grace could be a potential companion, which is interesting. Let's have a look at our journal just to see. Nothing in there about Fall from Grace. Quests. Okay. Rotten William and Crystal. That's in the Alley of Dangerous Angles. Uhir's Lucky Knife. That means going underground again. Find Namel for Aelwyn. Not sure on that one. Split Pestle and Kiln. I met a man who was actually two different people melded into one. I told them, that if I found a way to split them, I'd return. Okay, not sure on that. Ingress was the woman looking for a plane traveler. Find a tombstone for the Crier of Essenon. I was told by Araka in the comments, I've already found the thing or person that I'm looking for. I haven't responded to the comment yet, but I will. And actually is very frustrating to know that I've already been there. And find the Night Hag. Journey to the Civic Festival, where someone may be able to tell me more of the Hag Ravel Puzzlewell, whom Lothar believes stole my mortality from me. Okay, so we need to go back to the Civic Festival on this one. Let's, firstly, my curiosity is getting the better of me on this one. Let's head to the curiosity shop. We have loads and loads of dosh, so I want to spend some of it. So let's get this stone to flesh thing and see if this works on this statue. Again, it could be a terrible mistake, but nothing is as it seems. The Nameless One is starting to realize here. Had some... Here to buy something? Yes, I am. The exotic items. Which one was it? Is it the... It's not the cube. The jug. Fiend's tongue. What does this do again? It said that placed into the mouth of any living thing, it will give the ability of speech, even if there was none before. I'm selling this oddity for only 66 coppers. That can be for Echo. Okay. 66 coppers. If placed into the mouth of any living thing, it will give the ability of speech. Okay, I'll take it. Okay. And let me also have a look at the Gorgon Salve then. You examine a bottle labeled Gorgon Salve. Vrashika holds it up for you. I traded for this with some sword-slinging prime worlder. Perseus, I think, was his name. Smeared onto the surface of any being turned to stone, it will revert them to flesh. Only 100 copper commons. A bargain, considering how handy it might come in should you ever find a friend of yours transmuted to rock. Okay. I'm going to take it. Exotic items. Look at the front of the store. Baby oil, chocolate, quasit, Codex of Inconceivable, Diva's Tears. Okay. We've just bought two things. Part of me wants to... Did I pick those things up? Gorgon Salve, and what was the other thing I bought? Fiend's Tongue. What does it say? Okay, it says what I've already said. The Gorgon Salve. Now, that Gorgon Salve could be useful. I don't know if any of us are going to turn into stone later on at some point, and am I potentially taking the only way of turning us back?
I'm gone.
Or will I have other means? Curiosity. Curiosity. Do I go and check out this statue, which could be very interesting, or do I hang on to it? We also need to go back to the brothel of slating intellectual lusts and speak to Echo. But I think we will do that in the next episode. So thank you all for watching. I do hope you're well, and until next time, take care.